Hello all, hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to do a video to cover this stuff, point rodding from wheels. Now I bought 2 packs of these. I've got the point rodding kit and the extension kit, which is just a load of the rodding itself, which I'll probably need more of anyway. Not cheap for bits of plastic. I mean, they look good. They look pretty good obviously when they are down, and that I'll come on to in a second, because I knew and still know very little. I know a lot more than I did after last week about how this all is used and how it should all fit. The first thing to highlight, as you'll probably see from here, is this stuff appears to be designed for use with pico points and point work, because you've got this image here that shows where is it actually? Is it up here? I can't remember where it is. Ah, here, there we go. Sorry, that's because I'm using the camera at the same time. So yeah, I've got this. You can see here you've got the 2 parts to the point, which have got the holes in it for the motors that clip on. And then you've got 3 sleepers before they have the end of the rail, which you can just make out there's the end of the rail. And they've got this rodding going underneath it to this crank. This is the adjustable crank, I think. Yeah, this is the adjustable crank, which are used kind of at the end of a run. So the idea is that you go underneath the rail here, and it is literally the only place you can go under, because everywhere else on these points, of course, is solid plastic along it. Now, first of all, to highlight, this is a Hornby point, and I am using Hornby points across the whole of the layout, apart from the main station, so I shouldn't have the problem there. So you do have this issue here where this is bigger than what it needs to be, because I've actually only got, you can see, 1 and 2 sleepers there. So just something to be aware of. I don't know if I've got this positioning right, and this basically is a mock-up view of how the Cabinford's station is going to work. I've got this rodding's just put under, just as an example. So this rodding's coming straight out of the signal box to these cranks, which are then on the different height crank bases, and then run off over to the other point, which is over down at the other end of the station. Now these facing point locks, which are these things here, also require a rodding run as well. So that's why I've got 2 coming out and going to the other point, because this is only these 2 rodding runs are going to one other point. Now, what some of the guys off of RMweb were saying is that actually, in reality, what would happen is that you'd have a kind of a joint off of one of these that will then move this point at the same time as the other one, which is actually how I've got the electrics set up. So when I flip the switch, both this point and the other point actually go at the same time. And actually, I'll take you up there now. But yeah, just a quick look at this. These crank arms, down, what are they called? Down rods or cranks, or downset drive joints, that's it. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the naming. Go into these adjustable cranks, and what I was trying to do is work out whether I could just have those straight on, so they come directly out of the signal box and then move this way to move the arm. So I'll probably need someone with some expertise to explain whether that's possible or not, or what else to do. But this is the actual point, you may remember. See if we can actually get around here. So this is the point itself coming out of the signal box right in front of it. So I've got to work out then to get that running all the way on the inside of the station platform up to this other point here, which would then obviously have a facing point lock, as well as the crank to move the arms. This point here is actually going to be manually run, which is actually, again, in real life, it is manually run. It's a manual flip of that point. I couldn't be bothered to do the point motor underneath there, so in the end I just kind of left it as is. So yeah, that's how it looks over here, just do a bit of a top-down view from the station, from the signal box. So yeah, the idea is to run it through underneath, and then, like I said, try to work out how these guys all actually would have looked in real life. So then what happens is this deflector then goes over the top, I think, somewhere like this. So again, because I'm straight into a curve here, I kind of have to, I don't know, is it like that? And then it spoils on this. You obviously don't want the motion of the point to be impacted. So yeah, any advice, if anybody's used these things and planned these things before, any advice would be great. I mean, fantastic instructions for people that know what they're doing, but I'm having to use, well, I've had to use all of these instructions to kind of get my head around it. I've got a compensator in that long run. The idea of the compensator is that you change it from being a push to a pull. So on one side of the run it's pushing and the other side is pulling. So if the heat expands the metal on the rodding, or if it cools, then basically it compensates for that expansion by moving in opposite directions. But yeah, so that's just from a week's worth of nighttime reading. Then you've also got this picture on the front which shows how the cranks come out, how they're all set up at different heights, straight from the signal box. And of course mine's just coming straight out onto the point, so slightly different orientation. Yeah, so lots of rodding fun. I'm probably going to need a couple more packs of this stuff for the other station as well, so that's like 40 odd quid on little bits of plastic, and as good as they look, I'm kind of wondering whether I can actually be bothered to do it on the other station. I think I'll get my head around it. It'll look fine. I'd love to know your thoughts. As I said, for anybody watching this from my RMweb blog, I'm not overly bothered about it being prototypical in a sense. I don't want to go nuts on the accuracy. I just want it to look like it's not a train set. So that's my brief. Make it look like it's not a train set. Make it look semi-believable. So I think originally I had these round the other way, and someone pointed out that I had those round sort of the other way, so therefore it wasn't pulling or pushing, which makes complete sense now that I'm looking at it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and your own experience if you've used this stuff, or if you've got any alternatives. Yeah, be good to hear. All right, see you later.